In today's video, we're checking out the Buffs and Nerfs of COD Mobile Season 1 2023. If you're going to enjoy the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and let's get into the Buffs and Nerfs. Today's shoutout goes to TMG from YouTube. Of course, make sure to go support their channel by liking and subscribing and turning on post notifications, and of course watching all their videos. They'll be down below in the description and up on the screen. And now let's get into those buffs and nerfs for season 1 of 2023. Okay, so here are the buffs and nerfs. First of all, we have a good KN44 and to improve the chest multiplier from 1.1 to 1.2 times damage. I'm not entirely sure how much effect that will have. Of course, it might make the it'll make it more of a beam, I reckon, at longer range, because that's where the KN44 is good, but the damage isn't the best on KN44 anyway. So then we have the HVK, which has the improved upper arm multipliers from 1.1 to 1.2. Large caliber has got the improved arm multipliers from 1.2 to 1.4. This might have some effect because you hit more arm shots. You might hit arm shots, body shots, because when the people shooting their gun, their arm is in the way. So that could be in terms of the large caliber, because you can 3-shot the HVK, so we'll make it a more consistent 3-shot. Here's the DRH. This is multiplayer only, adjusted the range from 0, 10, 19, 20, 36 to 0, 14, so increase of 4 in the second range. Increase of 1 in the third range, an increase of 2 in the third range, and so in the mid range it's going to be a lot better. And then they improved the ADS BSA from 25.4 in brackets 4 to 19 in brackets 11, and then 5.38 to 6.73. I don't know what any of that means, but it basically means they're going to improve the bit accuracy when ADS'd. I think that's just some significant DRH changes. I'm not sure if it'll be enough to make it meta, but it will definitely become a more viable weapon, of course. We have the M13, which has improved reload time from 1.58 seconds to 1.43 seconds. It improves flinch resistance from 0.8 to 0.67. and improved ADS time from 260 to 250 milliseconds. And to be honest, it's just making the M13 slightly better in terms of being slightly more aggressive with it, which I guess is not actually. It kind of excels at medium range at the moment, so I'm not entirely sure whether this has much of an impact on anything at all, really. CODM improves arm multiplier, so 1 times to 1.05 times, negligible, and improved bullet velocity from 7 meters per second to 850 meters per second. I mean, the bullet velocity might make it better at range, and the Odin is already can be a 2-shot kill, but mainly a 3-shot kill. The Odin has a slow fire rate though, so I'm not entirely sure how much those will affect the Odin. Then we have the Arctic 50. It's getting a buff. So if this is only for the stopping power reload, it's getting a decreased ADS time penalty from 20% to 13%. Improved damage profile from 80 to 95-85, so that's improvement 5 in both ranges. This actually might make the Arctic 50 slightly more usable with especially with the stopping power rounds, because that's what was OP about it last time. It was meta, was the fact that the stopping power rounds had no ADS penalty, and so if they decrease that again, that's going to be something to watch out for, I reckon. PKM. ADS movement speed from 1.4 meters per second to 2.26 meters per second, and ADS time from 560 milliseconds to 520 milliseconds. Okay, so basically making the PKM a lot less slow. I mean, it was one of the slowest guns in the game, so that's a good adjustment, I would say. Obviously, it probably won't make it too quite as good as some of the other LMGs, of course. The QQ9 but got a bit of a pointless buff and nerf last couple of seasons ago, so nice to see it's getting buffed again. Improved range profile from 0 to 0, 10 to 11, that's an increase of 1, 15 to 16, increase of 1, and the 20 to 20. And the 10mm reload improved damage profile from 26 to 26, 22 to 23, that is a increase of 1, and then a 17 to 17 and 15 to 15. So it looks like it's going to be more of a slightly more versatile and with a base damage the base range is going to be better, so it's going to be slightly more versatile. So I think it's going to be more of a slightly more usable this season, next season hopefully, because I did like the QQ9. Then we have the Switchblade, improved range profile from 0 to 0, 10 to 10, 15 to 17, and 22 to 22. So that's an increase of 2 in the second range. The Switchblade was already pretty good, and if they're increasing the range, that could make it a lot more consistent at the medium ranges. So we could see the Switchblade gets used more. Then for the IUS 79U, improved ADS time from 240 to 220 milliseconds. I used the IUS recently. It didn't have too bad ADS time. I mean, it's got the best damage is the one problem with it, and that means it's more of a versatile SMG than a good at close range SMG. Well, I guess that will improve a little bit, probably won't be too noticeable. The HS2126 is decreased the time between bursts from 533 milliseconds to 383 milliseconds. Damn, that's quite a significant buff actually. I think that was one of the problems. Was of course the damage was the problem with the HS2126, but also the fact it was a burst meant it took too long to fire again if you did miss some of your shots. So that might make it a more viable shotgun, especially at the closer ranges, of course. Then the SPR gets for the .300 reload. It has an improved damage profile of 77, 72, 73 to 77, 73. So that's eliminating the middle. The center, I don't know why that's a damage range, but hey ho, goes kind of down and up again. Improved range from 0 to 0, 24 to 24, and 48 to 48. So they are improving the range and the damage profile, which will make the SPR might possibly be a really nice sniper next replacement for any quick scopers out there. So yeah, that looks like it could be a really nice, a decent buff actually. So the J358 improved range from 0 to 0, 18 to 18, 20 to 30, and 35 to 50. So at those longer ranges, damn, that's a decent improve. That's a big improvement. And then the reload speed is getting decreased from 1.84 seconds to 1.57 seconds. That's decent, I would say. I mean, it will definitely make the J358 a lot more viable. I guess we're going to see a lot more of it next season. Then we have Renetti decreasing the time between bursts from 345 milliseconds to 300 milliseconds. Not the biggest buff, but still, I reckon it's pretty significant since you can one burst with the Renettis. Then the Shorty, improved damage profile from 24 to 25, 15 to 16, 13 to 13, and 12 and 12. Not the biggest buff in the world. It'll make it more viable at close range, of course, which is where it shines the most. Might be able to hit those one taps a bit easier. That might make the Shorty the go-to weapon of choice, secondary choice again maybe. The L-Car's getting improved range profile, damage profile from 25 to 26, 22 to 22, 20, and then 15 to 15. That will definitely make it a lot more viable in the closer ranges where it will and then it has an range profile as well from 0 to 0, 6 to 8, and 12 to 14. So this is going to make it a lot more of a slightly more versatile gun. Of course, the mag size still isn't the best, so we won't see people beaming across the map. But we're going to have a lot of more variety in terms of the secondaries next season, I reckon. And then BR only, the DRH is adjusted range profile from 0 to 0, 10 to 14, 19 to 20, and 22 to 24. I don't play BR too much, so I'm not sure how significant that will be. But hey ho, maybe probably might be pretty significant, especially in that 10 to 14 range. Okay, now let's get into the next set of buffs and nerfs. Okay, so here are the next set of buffs. So the ASM10 is getting a buff. It got an unnecessary nerf a couple of seasons ago, when even though the Branson barrel, even though it wasn't actually even that overpowered, honestly, not many people were using it. So it's getting an improved range from 0 to 0, 60, 14 to 60, 32 to 32. Not too significant there. Marksman barrel and ranger barrel both getting improved range bonus from 20% to plus 25% for the ranger barrel, and then improved range bonus from 27.5% to 33% for the marksman barrel. Definitely going to be a marksman barrel user, I reckon. And then improved, so that'll make the ASM10 significantly better, I reckon. Yeah, we might see more people running that, of course. Then the LK is getting improved damage profile, because that's good, because the LK damage profile wasn't the best to start with. So it's going from 26, 23, 19 to 20, 26, 26, 23, 24 to 24, and 19 to 19. Okay, so nothing too significant, honestly. It's only getting an increase of 1 in the second damage range, and improved damage profile from 16 to 26, 26, and 23 to 24 in Battle Royale. Probably won't do too much here, honestly. Same for the KN44 is getting a buff. It's going from 28 to 29, 24 to 24, and 19 to 19. So again, only increase of 1 in the first damage range, so not very significant there. And then it's going from 28 to 29 and 24 to 24. So again, not very significant in terms of the damages. Maybe it's slightly more consistent at close range, but other than that, nothing to worry about, honestly. ASVAL has got an improved stability of recoil animation and decreased intensity of firing animation and visual shake. So actually, that'll make the ASVAL a lot better, a lot more usable, because I have complained about the aim shake of the ASVAL before, and the stability of the recoil as well. So yeah, hopefully we'll see the ASVAL return in season 1 of 2023. Then the Shakem decreased horizontal recoil, improved damage range from 28 to 32, 25 to 25, 20 to 20, 7 to 17. That will be a pretty significant damage increase in the close range. So we actually might see the Shakem use slightly, obviously not too much more, but slightly more in terms of these. In terms of this. I actually want to test out Shakem, because I got a buff in one of the last seasons. It's not too bad, although the damage is a bit lacking, so if they buff that now, so yeah, maybe the Shakem might be slightly more viable next season. Again, another QQ9 buff. I think we had another KN44 buff above as well, yeah, and another LK20. We have an LK24 as well, but for to improved lower arm damage multiplier from 1 to 1.1 times and decreased horizontal recoil. Damn, they're buffing a lot of weapons, and the QQ9 is getting some significant buffs this season, so we'll have QQ9 might be pretty good next season, I'm hoping. So yeah, very, very nice. I would, actually those ones aren't too significant, but they're still pretty good. And now a switchblade improvement, which was improved the flinch from 0.9 to 0.8. Okay, not too significant there actually. Then the KSP improved range from 0 to 0 to 11 to 13, 21 to 21. So the second damage range for the KSP is going to increase. I'm not entirely sure how much that will do, because since the KSP doesn't really use that longer ranges anyway, or medium range, I guess. So yeah, we'll see how much of we'll see, but I don't think that will have much of a much of an effect. Then we have the HS2126 again. It's getting decreased vertical recoil. Actually, I think it did have some recoil vertical. That's some kick. I seem to remember. I think I only used it. I haven't really used it, but yeah. So we have so that'll be nice on it. Okay, then this is our nerfs. Of course, the melee lunge distance has been decreased. All melees now have the same lunge distance of 1.3 meters multiplayer only. I don't know why they added the melee lunges. I mean, melees were already annoying as they are, but now they added lunge to increase the range. It's kind of annoying, honestly. So I'm glad they're decreasing that. That's a good decrease. The attack 5 HP bonus is going down from 75 to 50 and decrease the charge rate. Now I know a lot of people didn't really use the attack 5. So I'm not entirely sure. I just killed it, even though normally people used it. So yeah. Not too significant right there. Radical, decreasing ability when a skill is active. Okay, that'll make it easier for you to escape it, of course. That's that I do like that part nerf. That's a very needed nerf. Then the ballista EM3 is then a decreased detection range from 25 to 20 meters and a decreased damage range from 25 to 22 meters. And hopefully that means the detection range that'll be from where you're sitting through walls, in which case that's a decent enough nerf to the point, maybe not enough to make it unusable or like less used, but still at least they're nerfing it. Probably won't be too significant, to be honest. So then a death machine is getting a chest multiplier improvement from 1.1 times to 1.2 times, and a little fire rate improvement from 500 ARP rounds per minute to 600 rounds per minute. That should be significant since the death machine is one of those ones where you have to kind of like charge up and goes faster as you shoot more. So it'll start off faster, of course. So that might actually bring the death machine back into the meta. Then we have the war machine, improved explosion radius from 4.5 to 5 meters, and improved the minimum blast damage from 50 to 80. Okay, that's another decent, another possibly significant nerf buff even there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that affects it. Then I'm looking forward to testing out the war machine. Of course, if it's too overpowered, then it won't be fun to play against. Of course, it's kind of feeling like the OG seasons where the death machine and war machine were death machine and war machine were both or the Cypher was back then were both overpowered back then. Then the restock in perk improved item recharge from 25 to 20 seconds. No one ever used the restock, I don't think, but I guess there you go. If you have used it, you're getting a buff. The UAV decreased overall duration. They've been nerfing the UAV in the last season as well, didn't they? Although I don't think there's a lot of people using it because it's the best value for your score streak is a UAV. So people are always going to use it, I reckon. Launcher Plus improved reserve ammo to a bonus from 1 to 2. That could be useful if you use a launcher. Like for shooting, I'm useful for shooting down score streaks and stuff. So yeah, that'll be nice, I reckon. And the flat jacket damage reduced from damage reduction reduced from 150 to 50. That's significant. That's going to be the flat jacket pretty unusable at this point. So yeah, I'm not like I ever used the flat jacket, but I now use the new perk, and I can't remember what it's called, but I'll probably the new perk. So now that's all of them now. So yeah.